Hello and welcome to 99.1 WIUX LP Bloomington. My name is Connor.
I'm Gavin.
And you're listening to GAVCON 5. And today we have a special guest with us. Gavin, you want to introduce her?
Yes, this is Salomé Cloteaux. Am I pronouncing your last name right?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Salomé and I are part of Les Chevaliers together, which is the student-run very advanced level French club.
Whoa, okay. Anything else you want to say about it?
It's just really cool. Anyway, Salomé is also managing editor for the Indiana Daily Student, otherwise known as the IDS. Yeah. So we'll get into some of that a little bit later, but thank you for being on the show, Salomé.
Thank you for inviting
Thanks. We appreciate it. First guest of the year.
Yeah, I'm starting off strong here.
It's not every day you get a managing editor for the IDS on our show.
Yeah.
It's actually just the first day.
So Salomé, could you explain your background? I know you've lived in a few different places before you lived in Indiana.
me. Yeah. So I was born in France, and I lived there for about a year. And then my family and I moved to Czech Republic, and we lived in Prague for 5 years. And then we moved to Germany, and we lived there for 3 years. And then I moved here to Columbus, Indiana, like 10 years ago.
Wow. So what brought your family to these different countries?
It was for my dad's job.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. That's interesting, though. I mean, I know you've said before, like, you don't speak German, right?
No, I speak French fluently and English fluently, obviously, but I don't remember any Czech or any German. I can say maybe 5 words in German.
And you don't have, like, an accent either. It's not like you picked up, like, a Czech accent.
What even is that? Like, what would that sound like?
I wouldn't be able to recreate it.
Oh, Gavin's the one that sounded like an expert on it. That's why I was asking him, basically.
I'm not going to try and do a Czech accent. I feel like that'd be offensive to someone.
Have you been there before?
No.
It definitely would be offensive then.
Have I even met a Czech person?
I don't know.
Probably not.
You probably have. You just didn't know it.
My brother was born there, but he's not a Czech citizen because we didn't want him to have that citizenship.
You wouldn't want to put that, like, burden on him. That would be kind of shameful, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, then he would have to root for them in, like, the World Cups and stuff. That'd be hard.
That's cool, though. I mean, like, how do you feel that experience changed you? Like, I don't know. Was it interesting?
Yes, I would definitely say so.
I mean, it's very different than, like, I feel like a lot of people that go to IU. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I think it's more common for Europeans to have moved around a lot because everything is, like, it's so accessible. Different countries are just a short train ride away. And I think it's definitely very uncommon or less common for Americans to have moved around. I don't know, in my experience. And I'm very grateful that I had that. I think it really, I don't know, it made me who I am today. That's so cliche to say, but it's true.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. I think people move around the U.S., but they don't move outside the U.S. because it's not very easy to do and then come back. But moving around Europe is a lot easier just because of, like, the European Union and how integrated it is and all that.
Yeah. So maybe it's not as, like...
It's a different kind of moving around in the United States.
Yeah.
You're not leaving any countries. You're just going to different states.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned before, we're both co-presidents of Les Chevaliers. What do you think about this experience? How has it been for you?
I love French Club. Our French Club, not the other one. The better one.
There's another one?
There is another one. The beginner one.
Well, so, like, ours is student run. There is, like, a department French club, which is run by like the graduate students or
I think that exists for Spanish too. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, ours is better, in my unbiased opinion. And it's great. I love seeing people who are interested in learning French culture and learning how to speak French, and occasionally meet some new native French speakers.
How did you first hear about Les Chevaliers?
I don't know. I remember it was my sophomore year, but I don't know how I heard about it. But I just went to the first event of that year, and that's where I met you. And then, like, a week later, the presidents at the time were like, "We're leaving. We're looking for new presidents." And then we, 4 of us said, "Yeah, we're interested." And then that was it.
Yeah, I remember it was like, they said in the group me, like, if you're interested in being an officer of this club, come to this meeting. And it was me, you, Mason, and Paul that showed up.
Yeah, I was ready to fight, but we ended up just all being 4 co-presidents.
Yeah. I
So
don't
does
know.
your club, it only has co-presidents? There are no other positions to have?
Yes.
Like, I mean, you think maybe like a secretary or like a treasurer would be a natural extension that other people could fill.
I mean, we've thought about it. We just like...
Just having 4 people that have the exact same title and duties
Well,
seems like...
No, we all have different duties, though. That's the thing.
You do?
Yeah, we essentially have like a treasurer and like
Oh, okay.
a social media person, but we're all called presidents.
Okay. Are you the treasurer, Gavin?
Basically.
It just means you submit the funding request, right?
Yeah, I handle all the budget requests,
Yeah, those
and
are fun.
when they send a purchase, or they're like demand a purchasing request for some reason, like we need to.
What did you end up doing
receipt.
about that anyway?
I'm not going to talk about that on air.
Okay.
But
Forgot about that.
yeah, and then I also like request the rooms and stuff. But anyway,
Do you have like the same room each time? Do you get a recurring room request? Or do you-
we have one room booked every Friday for the whole semester,
Cool.
which is our like recurrent,
Yeah.
weekly meeting. But then also we do other meetings, so it's like we try to book bigger rooms for those. Salomé makes a lot of food for Les Chevaliers.
I
Oh.
do, yeah.
The head chef for the club?
Yes, among other roles that I have. I make homemade traditional French food for every special like monthly meeting that we have.
I mean, I think Paul helps out too, right? He makes crepes and stuff sometimes.
Yes, but mine are better.
All right.
I'll have to do a taste test afterwards.
Yeah.
And so what kind of traditional food do you make other than crepes?
I try to do things that people would like because I feel like there's like the common French foods that everyone knows and likes, but then there's other things that Americans don't necessarily want to eat or that are harder to make.
We make like foie gras.
No.
Yeah. Escargot, right?
Yeah, we serve stuff like very fancy stuff. So.
The dues are like $200 or $300 to join. As a treasurer, you have to go to, Kroger to buy the foie gras and the escargot. But you got to make sure you clip all the coupons, make it affordable.
Yeah. No, I mean, you like for the involvement fair, you made madeleines
Yeah.
to give those out.
Oh yeah, those are really good. Nice job. I had one.
I'm trying to think what else. Quiche.
Quiche, yeah, is easy to make and it's easy for people to eat. People always want crepe, so I have to make those.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we do a pretty good job, I feel like. I feel like food is a big thing for clubs. Like, it's a big attractor, so.
Well, yeah, if you're like free food, then suddenly your membership just doubled.
Most of the time, I feel like we don't even say there's free food. We just like,
Just kind of implied.
yeah.
I tell people there's free food.
Okay, fine.
I spend so much time making the food. I'm making sure people are coming to eat the food.
What were your first impressions of the club? I guess we kind of talked about that with that first like meeting, but
Yeah, I don't know. I was a little bit confused by this sudden, like, hey, do you want to be president? But I've always loved it, and I think everyone should join. And I love being president or co-president.
yeah. I mean, it was funny though, but one of the like presidents from, before we were co-presidents, Charlie, like he stuck around and helped us out. And then
Yeah.
I still see Decker around.
Really, I haven't seen.
He was like
Any
a
of them.
co-president.
Mhm.
I think that's how they did it too. Like they were just 3 co-presidents. Anyway.
So what happens? They kind of conned you a little bit. They're like, hey, look, we're at the involvement fair. This is a cool club. You should join. And they're like, oh, congrats, you get the whole entire club. So yeah, we're out of here.
Oh yeah, I did hear about it first at the involvement fair.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how. And they had croissant that they bought from Kroger or
They were
Walmart
like
or something,
terrible.
and they were so bad. They were so
Yeah, they were
bad.
awful.
And I don't remember who was there, but he asked me, do you speak French at all? And I said, yes, I am French, and I don't approve of this food.
I think that was Decker there.
Probably.
I think it must have been a few weeks in that they were like, do you want to be
Yeah.
officers? Anyway.
I don't remember you telling me this happened immediately. It was like, you were in the club for like a month, maybe.
Yeah, it was something like that. But anyway, Salomé, you're a journalism and political science student here at IU.
Yes.
How did you first become interested in journalism?
I've always loved writing, and I used to write stories all the time when I was a kid, usually fiction. But then in middle school, I joined my neighborhood monthly magazine, and I basically would just write stories about people's pets or like people in the
funny.
neighborhood, and it was really silly, but that's when I realized that I like writing about people and actual things that are happening. And then I did it in high school, and now I'm doing it here.
Did you do it all 4 years of high school too?
Yes, I was a writer, a copy editor, and then editor-in-chief my senior year.
Wow.
Nice.
So were you like aware of the IDS, the Indiana Daily Student, for those who don't know, before coming here, and you're like, yeah, I want to join?
Yes. I knew I was going to do the newspaper.
Yeah.
I didn't do it my freshman year though, which I
What?
regret. I don't know. I guess I was just adjusting to college, and I was
I
trying.
guess it was also like COVID going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently that year no one was in the newsroom ever, and I don't know. I just wanted to try a bunch of new things. I wish I had done the IDS that year though, but I'm here now, so it's okay.
So like, where did you get started? What was your path to where you are now?
I knew I wanted to be a writer, and I wanted to do news, so I was just a news reporter for 2 semesters, so my sophomore year. And then I became news editor last semester, and then now I'm managing editor.
And where's managing editor like in the hierarchy? Is there someone who's above you?
Just the editor-in-chief.
Okay. How many managing editors are there?
There are 4 of us, but it's like management includes the editor-in-chief, so there's like 5 members of management.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So what are your responsibilities as managing editor?
Oh wait, sorry. There are 5 of us plus the editor-in-chief. I miscounted. But as I'm managing editor of content, and there are 2 of us who do that, and we edit all the articles and the photos and the captions and all the content essentially, and we look at that after the desk editors edit it. So that would be like the news editors, the sports editors. They look at it first, and then we look at it again.
What kind of stuff are you looking for?
We make more of the like big decisions, I guess. So, like are we covering or writing about all the things that we should be writing about? How would this affect the community, our readers? Did we talk to the right people? Do we have diverse enough sources? Yeah, big things like that. And then, yes, because the desk editors catch all the smaller things before, usually.
Do you ever just have to like scrap a story?
That doesn't happen very often, and usually, like, we might push something to publish at a later time or work on something longer or realize that we need to change the angle and write the story a little bit differently. So that usually happens instead.
So as a news editor, what are some of your like favorite stories you got to cover, or most interesting, I guess?
That's a hard question. I don't know. I think every time we had breaking news, that's always exciting. I like the adrenaline and the excitement of something's happening and we have to cover it right now. So I like those, although it is stressful.
I remember you said that this isn't like, positive story, but the guy in the sewer. I know we were talking about that at one point. You covered that? You were at the scene?
So at the very beginning, when we got the warning, that I was in class, so I wasn't involved in the beginning. But then, when we knew, like, hey, the guy's gonna come out or something, or, yes, kind of the end of it, the police have found him, then we tried to get as many reporters as we could out there to cover it because we didn't know where the man was going to come out, what was going to happen. And so I went to a different spot where we knew there was a lot of police, but then the man didn't end up getting out of the sewer there, and so when I heard where it was happening, I ran over to the other spot, and I was able just to see right as he was being taken away, and so yeah, I guess I did report towards the end.
Okay. For those who don't know, I mean, it was kind of a big deal on campus. We were getting all these alerts about
stay away from the area that we're currently in right now, broadcasting.
Yeah.
Around sample gates. Yeah.
And did people thought he was armed or something? But in reality,
he wasn't armed.
I don't think so, right? Or do you know?
I don't remember all the details. I think he was armed, but not with I don't remember what he was armed with.
Okay.
Yeah, but he had been causing problems in that morning before he entered the sewer, and then
it was a pretty crazy day.
Yeah.
Yes.
At IU. Everyone was talking about it.
Read the IDS article about it. I don't remember all the details, but
Yeah.
it's all there.
How would you describe the management structure of the IDS, and how does that affect what gets published? I feel like you kind of already talked about this with the managing editors.
Yeah, we have the reporters, the photographers, and, the designers, everyone, and then we have the desk editors. So we have the news desk, sports desk, arts desk, opinion, etc. And then above that we have management, and then editor-in-chief at the top.
So when you were a news writer, did you have a specific beat where you
The first semester I was hired as the business beat reporter, but I actually don't really like writing about business so much. So someone else took over for me and I just wrote whatever. And then the second semester I was a student government beat reporter, so IOSG.
Oh, okay. And they had some big elections going on, right?
Yes, yeah. It actually wasn't that bad. The year before, the elections were really messy, but...
What do you mean by that?
like I don't remember all the details, but like there's some problems with how they had done the election, like that this group was saying that this group had messed up, or I don't remember.
They needed like a recount.
I mean,
or
I remember a little bit of
Just
it. So
yes, go ahead.
one there's there's always like two teams that are, well, I mean, like they're basically like political parties, but not really because it's student government. I don't remember what their names were, but there's two of them running against each other, and one group won, but then the other group alleged that they violated a bunch of like election laws for IUSG.
Yeah.
And so there's like a Supreme Court that IUSG has, and an election division. They got both, and so they kind of looked over like what the laws were and if there were violations and whatnot. And the group that lost ended up winning because they found that they did violate like 7 or something of the election laws, which included like illegally. I mean, not illegally. They're not like violating actual rules, but but like sending emails and like messages to students when they didn't ask to receive any of that stuff, which you're not allowed to do. I mean, I got one of those emails when I was a senior in high school. I don't know what it was for, but then I saw that Indiana Daily Student article come out, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. They just like probably farmed it off of the, like the website with all the contacts for everybody. But yeah.
Interesting.
So that was a huge
Election.
drama, and then the last one was very drama-free.
Yeah.
Well, there was drama, but
Compared to that,
yeah,
comparatively.
the election division and the Supreme Court didn't have to get involved. But if you want more details about what happened, read the IDS.
Yeah.
And
Will
read our
do.
coverage this semester.
Do you ever read the IDS, like the paper, like not online?
Do I, the managing editor, read the paper? Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like most people just look at it online and not like, you see the I don't know what they're called, the place.
What? The website?
Newspaper stand, right?
Oh, newsstand.
Newsstand.
Yeah.
I don't see most people taking those newspapers, like reading like physical newspapers anymore, but they still print them.
Yeah. A lot of people read them.
Okay. Fine.
I know several people that take them.
By the time the paper comes out, I've read most of the articles that are in there, but I like to read the physical copy too.
Do you ever do the crossword that's in there?
No, I do not.
Do you ever look at like the comic strip?
No.
Oh, wait, actually, I got a question about that. Who's in charge of, like, the comics? Because it seems like it's the same one every year. Like, are there different students that submit comics, or do you get them from a certain source?
I
Or do you have any idea?
am not sure about that.
Okay.
I do know that we've talked about having like someone do comics because I think those are really cool.
Yeah.
And I think the crossword is just like the LA Times
Yeah, no,
crossword
it
or
is.
something, right?
There's no way any student on campus would be like, yeah, I want to design a whole crossword.
I want to design the crossword.
I'm the
That sounds
crossword
so
editor
hard.
for the IDS.
That
I
sounds
mean,
so hard.
could someone do that?
I don't know. Maybe.
But you got to make it IU themed, so it's like Assembly Hall and Memorial Stadium are the answers.
That actually sounds like, not that I would do that, but
It's like,
it'd
where's,
be kind of cool.
it's like,
That would
where
be
is
cool.
Kelly School of Business ranked in the U.S. News and Reports? And you have to spell it like 7 or something, or wherever we are.
I think it's
don't know.
8th.
8th, whatever. That's one of the answers, though.
You don't know the exact ranking of the IU
I'm
High
sorry.
School of Business?
I'm sorry. See, I got a dual degree, so I can't remember these things.
Are you both Kelly kids?
Yeah,
I'm not.
he's
I'm
lying.
just kidding.
I know you are.
Yeah, we're both Kelly kids. But I'm also in the College of Arts and Sciences, so it's not that bad.
You guys actually share a major,
Poli sci?
journalism.
Yeah.
Journalism?
No, not journalism. Political science, yeah.
Why did you sound offended when he accused you of being a journalism
What the
kid?
heck? Not journalism.
Why would you accuse me of liking writing stuff?
Maybe you guys will be in the same class someday.
I doubt it. There's a lot of different classes you can take.
Okay, fine. Maybe you guys won't then.
I mean, no offense. Like, it'd be really cool if we were in the same class. But it probably won't happen.
All right, fine. All right, one last topic before we jump into our break.
Yes.
last summer you interned in Vienna, Austria at the International Press Institute,
Yes.
according to my sources. Can you tell me what that experience was like?
Yes. What are your sources, first of all?
No
The
comment.
deep web.
It's LinkedIn.
It was an amazing summer. I loved it. I was a press freedom intern at the IPI, the International Press Institute, and I was in Vienna for 2 months, and it was amazing. We would monitor press freedom in different countries around the world. I focused on Southeast Asia mostly, and if a big thing happened, we would write an article about it. So a lot of times we would see articles from local news sources saying like a journalist was killed on the job, and we would write about things like that. So
Wow.
I guess it's not a super fun thing to write about, but the internship was fun, and I think we were doing really important work, and it was really inspiring to hear about all these great journalists that were risking their lives to, bring the news to the people that needed it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Would you ever do a risky journalism job? Would you go out in the field?
Yes. I think that would be really amazing. And I think that's like the most important journalism you can do is covering, if a government is corrupt or if there's a war going on. Those are things that people need to hear about.
Mm.
I know my parents don't like that, but
They can't all be crosswords, I guess.
Not everyone can write the comic strip either.
No, that's cool. I mean, how do you measure press freedom? Is it just, obviously there's like very obvious, like if a journalist gets killed or something, but
there's different ways that it can be calculated, I guess, in terms of violence against journalists, both physical and verbal and online, and also laws that restrict freedom of the press, free speech, and whether the government likes to talk to journalists or they don't want to, or they don't share what they're doing. A lot of people have different ways of measuring it. I don't know if at the IPI, we don't necessarily have like a number or a ranking for press freedom, but just overall, like, press freedom is not very good right now in wherever,
Is it worse than Southeast Asia?
I did a lot of work on Kashmir, and that's definitely a problem there. A lot of human rights violations, and a lot of journalists are being killed and hurt and jailed there right now. So I did a big thing on that.
Wow.
Cool.
Did you notice any like concerning trends throughout your internship, or did anyone talk about that when you were there?
Yeah, almost every country has issues going on in terms of press freedom. We had an intern dedicated solely to Ukraine and the war. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
How did it, what language is it printed in? Like, were you working with other people speaking English, or?
Yeah, so in the office we spoke in English, but the intern that was working on Ukraine and Russia spoke Russian, and then I had a friend who worked on Turkey, and she spoke Turkish, and it was really cool because there were people in the office from all over the world and who spoke so many different languages, and I interviewed someone from Tunisia, and the interview was half in English and half in French. So yeah, it was really cool to do that.
That is cool.
Wow.
All
Well,
right.
we can go ahead and take our first break. We'll be back shortly, so stay tuned. And thanks for listening to GAVCON 5. Hello and welcome back to 99.1 WIUX LP Bloomington. I'm Connor Wright,
I'm Gavin Gorski.
and you're listening to GAVCON 5. And Salomé is still with us.
She didn't leave.
Close, though.
We
saved all the
I
hard
was
questions for
scared.
the end, so.
I was scared about that.
That I
Yeah.
was gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I considered it.
We've had people walk off air before.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, during the break, they just walk out of the room and, like, get water and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I've never had anyone walk out. But that should be our goal, actually. We should ask questions that are so hard that somebody leaves.
Well, not to spoil anything, but we did email President Pamela
yeah.
Whitten to try and get her on GAVCON 5. No word back yet. I don't know what our chances are.
Probably
but
never going to get a word back, but it's okay, you know. You send 700 emails, you get one response. It's all good.
Worth a shot.
I would be very impressed.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
Sorry, John Hamilton, but this would be way bigger than your interview.
I'd say if we get her, we're not holding our punches. I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, I can't even think of anything I would ask her right now that would be that bad. I'd have to do some research.
I'd be like, last year when you were in the car driving around the little 500 before the race, what were you thinking about? I don't know.
Do you think the impacts of the tire tracks on the cinders was affecting the cyclist?
That's the only time I've seen her, probably. I don't know any other time.
Well, I've seen her at, like, football and basketball games. Just on the big
Oh,
screen.
okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about our president, Salomé?
I don't know.
You don't know, but you
I've-
work in journalism. I don't believe that.
I've never met her personally. So I don't know if I can really judge her without meeting her. And
Okay.
that is all I will say as an unbiased journalist.
Okay, that's fair.
That's a safe answer.
I feel like I have heard some negative things.
Yeah.
Not that I'm gonna repeat.
No, I'm not going to
anything.
repeat them either.
Anyway,
Yeah, I've heard negative things too from some of my unnamed professors and
whoa.
also students.
Are they allowed to do that?
I mean, this guy was on tenure, so he can kind of do whatever he wants.
Fair enough.
The ones that aren't have to be careful, though. But they've also said some things. I'm not naming their names either.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we can get back into some journalism talk.
I mean, think about it. This is journalism. It's just with your mouth, though.
Yeah. Would you ever do anything besides like written journalism, Salomé? Broadcast journalism?
No, definitely not broadcast.
Is this considered broadcast?
Well, we're broadcasting right now, so
Okay.
yeah, why would it not be?
I didn't know if that meant like TV.
Well, it could be, but it's also radio.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to do TV either. I really like writing.
What if like they were like, we need you on to talk about something for a minute on TV?
I would hate it.
Like you're one of the journalists that gets interviewed by another journalist to talk
Yeah.
about what you wrote because they don't have anything to say on TV.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why journalists are interviewed? Because they don't have anything else to say?
No, I don't. It's because they wrote something interesting is why they get interviewed.
What do you think happened today? I'm just kidding.
So we got another hour to fill. We're going to be inviting
I'm just kidding.
this random Indiana Daily student journalist on for an hour.
I'm hurt.
I mean, I guess written journalism is like probably more prestigious than.
I don't know. You get paid a lot more, I think, to be on TV.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I feel like all the most well-paid journalists are the ones that everyone knows because they're on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
But I feel like if you're in journalism, you're not doing it for the money.
Yeah.
If you are,
I
then
guess.
you're
You're in the wrong
Yeah.
profession, probably.
you're stupid.
Wow.
Yeah. Wait, what do you think about? Actually, this kind of relates to like money and journalism. What do you think about the current landscape of journalism? You know, with like local papers struggling around the country and large companies kind of doing their part to kill off papers too. That was really depressing.
Connor just smiles, just grins at me after saying that.
Well, I just realized I was like, wait, that was really sad, actually.
This is the hard questions that are going to really.
I mean, I guess what I'm getting at is like, is there a point where journalism can actually start to like be on the rise again, and people will start reading their local papers, and you know you won't see a bunch of layoffs anymore?
Well, I feel like a lot of people say journalism is dying or whatever. Why are you in this field? But that's not true. Journalism is always going to be there because we need journalism. It is changing, however.
Yeah.
And yes, I think there are some problems with like local papers not having enough people or money, which is really unfortunate because local journalism that's the most important, in my opinion. So yeah, that's not fun, but journalists aren't going anywhere. We're always going to be here because it's essential.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say you guys are going somewhere. It's just the local papers that are being pushed out by the national ones, kind of, in the larger papers, I think.
But the larger papers, they can't function without local papers. So hopefully things will get better.
Who's gonna get the scoop? Like they're not there, you know.
Right. No, I mean national papers will hear about things from local papers, and that's how they start reporting on it sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's like when we used to read those.
Like no one has anyone stationed in Bloomington, Indiana, except for the Indiana Daily Student and the Bloomingtonian and the Herald Times. So
we used to read like the AP oddities or whatever, or like what was it, like NPR Strange News.
Yeah.
It's like the sewer man probably would have made it on there.
Probably. Well, that's less odd. It's more of like a crime. It'd be like some weird stuff. I mean, it's not more like a crime. It is a crime.
But I mean, crimes can make it on there.
They can, but they're usually funnier. It's like intoxicating an alligator with like beer or something. So it makes them they're not, going into the sewer with a weapon.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
This isn't New York City. It's not like a Ninja Turtle was in there. Okay, I think we got sidetracked though. That was my fault. My bad.
What do you think differentiates student journalism from other forms of journalism?
Not a lot, if anything. Really.
Dang, that's not what I was hoping you would say when I wrote that.
We're not student journalists. I think we're journalists.
That happen to be students.
Yeah.
Dang, that was a good answer.
I mean, the IDS functions very much like a professional newsroom, and that's the goal is to, when people leave the IDS and go out in the real world and, work at professional news papers, they'll know exactly what to do because they have learned that experience from the IDS. We just happen to go to class in between writing articles.
I don't think I totally realized this, and we were talking about this before, but that the IDS is not connected to IU. I think for some reason I thought it was until like just doing like 5 minutes of research.
The IDS is an independent student-run newspaper, but we are independent.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
I'm assuming that's done on purpose because that way the university can't like police what you're saying about the university and other things.
Yeah, there are some benefits to being independent, even though that might make things more difficult financially.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like they like sell ads. Like, is that like that's like the main form of revenue? I'm guessing, or are there donations and stuff? Like, how does
there are donations? But...
we do get donations. I don't know everything about the financial aspect of the IDS, but we do get most of our revenue, I think, from ads, especially on the website. So read the website.
I do read the website.
Will do.
You're getting a lot of ad revenue from me.
I actually have ad block, so
Well, you're not getting it from Gavin, but I don't have ad block, so you're welcome.
maybe I should turn that off.
Just for the IDS.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're going on the New York Times, though, turn that on.
Yeah, that's true. But you have to be a IU student to write for the IDS.
Yes.
They're going crazy right now.
Yeah.
99 points.
You should
not
tune into
99.1,
B-side if you're getting
B-side.
bored right now, because it's not boring over there.
Yeah, we're hearing some yelling. I think a fight just broke out over there.
Maybe. I almost made eye contact with one of them. I'm going to stop looking now.
All right.
I did make eye contact.
You did?
It was
Ooh,
awkward.
Okay. I dodged a bullet there. All right. What's the next question, Gavin?
Okay. Here's a good one. What's your dream
Oh, yeah.
job in journalism?
That is a good question. You look proud of yourself for that question. I don't know the specifics of what I want to do. I want to write and I want to tell people stories, and I want to meet people from all over the world. Obviously, I'm interested in politics as a poli-sci major, but I don't know if I necessarily just want to be like a political reporter. I've have some experience with data journalism and using data to tell stories, and I think that's really interesting as well. So I don't know exactly the specifics of it, but definitely journalism, definitely writing.
Cool.
Nice. Do you see yourself maybe staying in Bloomington and continue to report here, or going elsewhere, or really all over the place to do reporting?
Definitely not Indiana.
Dang it.
Wow.
That's
Sorry.
horrible. All our good journalists are leaving,
Thank you.
along with everybody else.
I don't see myself staying in Indiana, but I like to move around a lot, so.
I feel like at one point you mentioned wanted to go to graduate school,
Yes, I think that is my goal, to do a year of grad school.
but not in Indiana.
Probably not, no.
I'm just kidding.
Almost. Good try.
Yeah. I mean, is that something that like a lot of people do in journalism? Like,
I don't know. I don't think so. Grad school isn't necessary for journalism as it is for like STEM, like science things.
mm-hmm.
But it's what I want to do. I think there are some really cool journalism grad programs, so a year of that would be a good experience.
Yeah. I mean, would you go international? If not for grad school particularly, but just as a reporter? Is that
Yes.
obviously you have like some background outside the U.S. anyway, so
That is the goal. I think I'd like to. I mean, I don't have anything against the U.S., but I'd like to not live here.
So it sounds like you got something against the U.S.
I don't. I just want to travel a lot, I guess. I don't know where I'll be.
we'll watch your career with
Yeah.
great interest.
Thank you.
Oh well. I'll just name search you on Google and see which country you hop to next.
Remember us when you're, I guess not when you're being interviewed for like a minute on TV because they have nothing else.
You guys will be interviewing
When you make it on CNN at 1 a.m., remember us.
If you guys are still doing shows like this, you can invite me again, maybe,
All right.
depending on how the
Well,
rest of this goes.
Considering we've
We'll
made
see.
$0 from this so far, it's not looking like a good career.
Who knows though? Well, just to
Dude,
sidetrack.
we could just have a podcast from anywhere, though. Think about it. Like, you could be on the other side of the globe, and we could still have a podcast.
It's true. I mean, but this is a radio show though.
Yeah, but we could turn this into a podcast.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
true.
we can't do a radio show if you're in like France and I'm in the U.S. or you're in a different state.
We'll figure it out. I feel like.
Mhm.
Just to talk about GAVCON 5 for a second, we updated the logo. It's got some text on it now.
I don't know who we is. I didn't do anything. I was just like, "Yep, looks good. Good job, Gavin."
So check out the Instagram GAVCON_5.
Mhm.
Got some potentially big news coming out about GAVCON 5.
Yep.
Might,
Potentially big news.
What kind of news?
It's big.
might be selling some stickers.
That is big news.
Might be a line in our pockets.
Connor and I actually have stickers on our laptops right now.
Yeah.
But, we figure why not... Well, okay, Rose gave these to us.
Yes.
Figured why not, make them for the public. So,
Mhm.
Oh, those look amazing.
So hopefully Rose is listening to
Yeah.
that.
Can I have a sticker?
well, you have to buy one. So,
I feel like guests should have free stickers.
Well,
Especially the
Well-
first guest of the year.
um,
we'll see if we can figure something out.
see, I think if the
But-
mayor didn't even get a free sticker, then, I don't know if we can be handing them out to everybody. Like, there's a lot of weeks in a year,
Yeah, our budget isn't
So it's pretty
super
small.
high.
We can have like 15 people on this semester. That's a lot of money.
I'm cooler than the mayor.
I'm not making any comments.
We'll see. One last little discussion here. I feel like you've mentioned ski trips before, specifically skiing in France.
Yes, that is where I was this winter.
How many times have you been,
In France?
or just skiing?
My family and I, we ski every year. I think we might have missed like one or two since we could. Well, yeah, since we could ski. So I don't remember what age I was, but
hmm
yeah.
So are you pretty good now then?
I think so. It's been like 15 years, so
I've never been skiing.
you should. It's really fun. But I don't know how you would do it. There's not a lot
like-
of good skiing places near here.
I feel like someone said like a couple hours away, you can
Yeah.
get like fake snow or whatever.
Yeah.
But
It's a little bit south of us. Perfect North. It's a
yeah,
good place to learn how to ski, which is all I've done. I haven't done anything beyond learning how to ski.
do you have any tips for if I eventually ski?
Sure. Don't do snowboarding. Skiing is better.
Okay, so first tip, ski.
That does not sound like a tip to me.
Skiing is better, and it's easier to learn at the beginning.
Okay.
And there's like a big rivalry between skiers and snowboarders.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll choose the dark side or the light side?
Depends on who you're asking.
I mean,
I don't know.
anyway.
I don't know if Perfect North is. I've only been there once, like years ago, so I don't really remember what it's like. But it's probably not the best place.
Well, if you went skiing in France, Perfect North is not a fair comparison here.
Yeah.
Skiing in France is really great. Yep.
Have you
What?
ever crashed?
Yes.
Do you want
we do not need to talk about this.
Nothing.
But you lived.
Nothing. I've never broken a bone or anything.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I just
Like no
Yeah.
concussion or anything.
no.
Nice.
Alright.
Where all have you been skiing? Obviously France, but have you been to other countries in Europe or anywhere in the United States to ski?
Yeah, when we lived in Europe, we went to France a lot. I think we went to Austria one time. And then since we've been here, we've gone to Canada a few times. We've gone to Colorado a few times as well,
Nice.
like in Vail.
Mm-hmm.
But that is really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe that.
It's actually, I think, cheaper to go to France and ski there than to go to Colorado, even with the plane tickets.
Yeah, I remember you saying
Well,
that.
Have you ever been to Vermont to ski?
Maybe. Is there a place called Killington there?
Oh, I don't know.
I was skiing in,
was it in the Green Mountains? Because that's what's in Vermont.
I don't know. I remember skiing in Killington, but I don't know where that was exactly.
I don't know where that is at all.
You know, Vermont means like Green Mountain. Like Ver, like green Mont.
That's
It's
cool.
Like, it's like French.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right, with that, thank you for being on the show, Salomé.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having me.
Fun.
Really
And,
kicked off the year. Great start to the semester.
Yeah.
So,
We'll look forward to hearing what you have in the future. We'll be reading your articles in the IDS. So
and
actually,
more.
we'll just be reading the ones you edit. But
Thank you. Please do it without the ad blocker.
okay.
I never have an ad blocker on. But anyway, to our guests, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, Friday, 2 to 3. So tune in again. We don't know who's going to be on, so it'll be a nice surprise for everybody, including ourselves.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening. Have a good weekend, and you're listening to 99.1 WIUX LP Bloomington.